What's up, everybody? My name's Ben Kepler,
I'm Lou Bertha. How you guys doing today?
Oh, I'm Ben Yukonis. What's going on?
and this is the Wombo Combo Show. Hey, guys, we're going to get started today. First thing that we did want to do is cover our T-shirt contest.
Yep.
We got some winners to pull.
We got a winner. Got a
Hopefully
couple
my hair looks okay because I got to take my hat off for this. All right,
I
well,
didn't wear a hat today,
do you
so.
want to... Let me grab all the names. Oh, I hit the mic.
You got the names?
Yeah, hold on. All right, Ben, you pick one.
Okay.
Hold it. Don't say it yet. Lou, you pick one.
Yeah.
All right. Let me put my hat back on my bald head. Okay, Lou, go ahead and go first. Who do you got? Who did we pull?
Seth Boyer.
All right, Seth.
Congratulations, Seth.
Man. All you need to do, just DM us on Facebook or one of the social
send us
medias
your
and let us
address.
know your address, and we'll get it sent out to you, man. Ben.
So the next one is Kurt Budosh.
Kurt. Okay.
Captain Kurt.
Captain Kurt.
Congratulations, Kurt. I think he's a top badge holder on our Facebook right now.
He's
Oh,
won
is he
one. Yeah, I
really?
think he is.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm glad he won.
Hell yeah, brother.
Nice. Congratulations, Kurt. Congratulations, Seth. Kurt, same deal. Just send us a message and we'll figure out how we're going to get it to you. But with that, let's go ahead and get started with the show, guys. Starting off with our, just real quick, first one was the Buccaneers-Falcons. We already covered that on Saturday.
Yeah, we covered Bucks.
Falcons
we
won.
covered
You guys know that. We're going to move straight into the London game. Obviously, I'm not going to attempt another British accent. I just...
Oh, they just got their ass kicked by the Vikings in London.
in it!
In it. Eating beans and toast, watching Aaron Rodgers shit
Okay,
the
we
bed.
can stop that.
I don't know. I guess that was okay. Wasn't great.
Oh, give me a break.
Sounded horrible.
Stat line for the New York Jets and Minnesota Vikings. Score was 23-17. Vikings 5-0.
Yes, Vikings are 5-0.
Jets did come
Wild.
back a bit.
Jets did come back, and I think that the biggest news on this game is, did you hear, maybe you didn't because you were busy today, they fired Robert Saleh.
I saw
Yep.
fellow bald
gone.
brother.
Saleh got sawed off. He's no longer with the team. Who do you guys think? Now, I got a crazy
He
one
got
for
raw
you.
dogged.
Yeah, I think so, too. That was really unfair. They're 2-3. Like,
Yeah, he's a good coach.
Problem is that he's a defensive coach, and the problem with their team wasn't the defense, in my opinion.
Yeah, their
it was
defense
the
looks great.
offense. But here's my hot take of who takes over. Billy Bell.
I mean, that's kind of the thing going around nationally,
Is it?
too, yeah.
All right.
Who is Billy Bell?
Bill Belichick might be.
Oh. I was like, who the hell is Billy Bell? Is this some up and coming college guy? Yeah, I could see that.
What if Bill Belichick did, like, the Jets have the opportunity to do the funniest thing, and it's make Bill Belichick the head coach there. I think that would be hilarious.
That would be hilarious.
Do you think what do you think the chances are of that happening? 0? I think they're close to slim.
I mean,
I'd say like 15%.
yeah.
That max.
Yeah,
At
max.
max.
Because, like, it's not like it's Tom Brady. Like, Aaron Rodgers has no ties to Bill Belichick
Yeah.
to want him there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sounds like the reason why Saleh was fired is because he was thinking about getting rid of Nathaniel Hackett.
Nathaniel Hackett.
Oh, yeah, the OC.
The
is
OC, who's-
buddies with Aaron Rodgers.
big
He's
Aaron
his-
Rodgers
he's his
guy.
big buddy. So maybe he'll get the job. I kind of
No,
honestly,
they won't make him that.
They should have kicked.
terrible.
They should have kicked Hackett.
Yeah,
if
but
they had to fire someone, they should have kicked Hackett.
Yeah, I agree. He got fired first season being a head coach for the Denver Broncos.
Yep.
Ben, it's the Aaron Rodgers show.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't matter what they should do.
Well,
it's what
they're
Aaron
gonna listen to-
Rodgers
They're going
wants.
to want
Player
do what
coach,
Aaron
Aaron
Rodgers
Rodgers.
wants
Right.
because it's, yeah.
So I think that is why there's such a high chance for him to become the head coach. I don't want him to. I don't think that makes the Jets better. Do you?
No.
I don't.
Didn't the DC, the defensive coordinator, isn't he the interim head coach now?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
he
did
is.
not see that
He is.
announcement.
I forget his name, but he
here I'll
definitely
I'll
is.
look up his name for you.
It's not like
Um,
Dulwich or something.
yeah,
like
I was
that.
gonna say
I don't
Dulwich.
remember his name off the top of my head either.
Aaron Rodgers threw 50.
Greg something or other, I think.
Jets D-Cord. Jack Vaughn is his
Not
name.
him.
No,
that's the Brooklyn Nets.
Nets.
Coach of
Nets.
2020. What are you
Come
talking
on,
about?
AI.
Dude.
Jeff Olbrick.
Yeah, Jeff.
Jeff
Olbrick.
Olbrick.
Jeff
That was
Olbrick
close.
is.
Yeah, we were close.
I have never heard of Jeff Olbrick,
No,
but
he's the defensive
all
coordinator.
right. Well, I guess good for Jeff Olbrick. Lame.
Here we go. Big Jeff Olbrick guy.
Big Jeff Olbrick over there. Aaron Rodgers, 29 for 54, 244 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. That's not like that doesn't seem like a head coach's fault. 3 interceptions.
No.
How does
No,
he stop
not at
that?
all.
No.
You know, Brees Hall, 9 carries, 23 yards. Is that Robert Saleh's fault?
Yeah, no, that's
somehow.
not at
that's
all.
the offensive game plan, not using Brees Hall.
And like, yeah,
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
like, the crazy thing, I did just remember this. Do you know how many targets went to Garrett Wilson? Take a guess.
17.
I'm going to say 14.
22.
22. Wow.
22 targets.
That's Cooper Cup number 2.
Yeah, or like Brandon Marshall when he was on the Miami Dolphins or
yeah.
something.
Or the Bears.
Garrett Wilson did okay though. Not a lot of yards for having 13 catches of the 22.
I mean,
101, 1
101
touchdown.
yards.
Not
Here's the
bad.
thing though. Here's the
Full
what,
PPR, though. That's a great
Yeah,
day.
Pretty good.
yeah,
Pretty
full
good.
PPR. That is a great day. I will take that back. That's 23 plus 6. That's what 29 points. I did want to mention though. We were talking about how Saleh is a defensive coach first, right?
Yeah.
Sam Darnold, 14 of 31, 179 yards and an interception.
Yeah, he didn't have
Yeah.
a stellar day.
Did
at all.
not have a great day. Probably the
So-
worst day of his
I mean, like
career
you were playing an undefeated
this
team
season.
who's hot.
Yeah, thank you for
Yeah.
clarifying
yeah,
that.
this season.
Yeah, this season. Yeah. Yeah, you were playing an undefeated team that was hot, and you got beat. And you not only got beat, but you got beat like everybody in the world was watching because that was a London game. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
So,
I
I mean-
just don't think that it was really Saleh's fault is what I was getting into. I don't think he's a great coach, but I don't think that what
I think
has
it's fine.
transpired. I don't think what has transpired.
He should have got
this
to
year.
finish out the year.
Yeah, I think, or at least like a couple more weeks. Anyways, we'll move on from that game. A couple
Carolina.
questions
Oh,
here.
we got a question.
Yeah, let me pop in on a
Let's
couple
go.
questions. Nathaniel, AJ Brown for Devontae Adams and Kenneth Walker. Yeah, bro, send that. I would send that. Would you, AJ Brown? You're sending AJ Brown.
Brown for Devontae and Kenneth Walker.
You're getting Devontae
Yeah, I
and
guess I would
Kenneth
do that.
Walker. Yeah, all right. We'll take one more here, and then we're going to jump into the next game.
Yeah.
Okay asks, I traded Jacobs and Downs for Brian Robinson. What do you think? He has Kyron, AJ, Evans, and Cup at wide receiver. Wow, that sounds like your team, man.
Yeah, it does. That sounds exactly like my team.
I think that's a decent trade. You got rid of Downs, who might be on a comeuppance. You traded away Jacobs, who's been doing pretty good, but you got Brian Robinson, who's been put. I don't know, man. I kind of think that you.
I like it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not bad.
Pretty
I can
even.
dig it.
It's even. Maybe a little bit sided one way or the other.
Josh Downs is boom or bust.
Yo, if you
So-
guys have or if you have questions, try to tailor them towards the game. Like, have a player that was on that team.
Yeah,
you
well,
know, because big brain don't work super great all the time, man. I gotta try to keep on track. Like,
Abe, what's
too
up,
much
man?
thought, bro.
Abe's one of the people who has been dropping us a gift here and there. Abe, we really appreciate
Yeah,
that.
hell yeah, man. Thank you.
He wants to know if which one should he drop? Fields, Baker, Purdy. I would probably go Fields or Purdy. Probably Purdy. I don't know because we don't know what's going on with Fields. Baker is obviously
Yeah,
not
Fields-
the
You
one
want
to
to
drop.
keep Baker.
Yeah,
You want to keep Baker? I would say Fields.
I would say Fields right now,
If you're
man.
gonna drop anybody, drop.
Yeah,
drop
because
Fields.
the other two quarterbacks have a
'Cause-
secure job.
Yeah, and
you know.
this might be the last week Fields starts.
Trade 1-for-1 HM for Brees. Yeah, Kyle, send that.
Okay,
Definitely send that. All right, we'll move into the
Yeah.
next game, guys. Get
Yeah,
your
take
questions
Brees.
in there, and we will definitely we'll answer them as we go. We have a whole hour set
Yeah.
aside too to just go one-on-one with you guys afterwards. So, moving into the next game, last thing I guess I'll cover is Justin Jefferson still having decent days. No touchdowns,
yeah.
6 catches, 92 yards. Addison fizzled out a little bit. Didn't have the greatest day. Didn't have a terrible day.
Yeah, he's
Didn't do awful.
I
He
think
had like
he's
5 points,
yeah,
something like that.
he's boomer bust to me.
He is boomer
He is
bust.
boomer
Yeah,
bust, Steve.
we can move him in with Rashid Shaheed, who actually did have a good game. We'll get to him. Next game I wanted to talk about was the Panthers and the Bears.
Panthers, Bears.
I took the Bears, and let me tell you, they crushed.
They did crush.
They
I
crushed.
took the Panthers. Bad choice.
Yeah, you did. Andy Dalton
was
fizzled
horrible.
out. He did not do
He
good.
did awful.
I played him instead of Kirk Cousins for my bye week, Phil. I hate myself. I still won, though. I went 5-0 this week. I won all my matches. Can't be too mad. But Andy Dalton, 136 yards, 1 interception. I think he ended up with like 4 fantasy points. Pretty terrible.
Yeah, I started him. I lost because of it.
Chuba had a touchdown in the beginning of the game. It was a decent run.
Yeah, he did decent.
It was a decently long run, but the rest of his day kind of was mid-tier. He went 13 for 97. Guy that I've never heard of before, Jalen Coker, was their top wide receiver with 4 catches for 68 yards. So that kind of tells you how that day was going.
Yeah,
Don't even know who the wide receiver is.
Right.
Caleb Williams, though.
Decent day.
Oh, my
Decent
gosh.
day.
Decent
He
day.
finally
Pretty good
showed
day.
up.
Decent day.
He made me eat my
We
words.
say decent
300
day. He
some
threw for
yards.
300 yards and 2 touchdowns.
300 yards.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, he made me eat my words. You remember last on Saturday, I was saying it hasn't showed up. He hasn't matured. He hasn't showed me anything. That was a pretty good
That
game.
was a good game, yeah.
I know it was against the Panthers, but it was a lot better than I expected.
Yeah. The
DeAndre's-
last couple games, he's had good games.
Yeah, but they've been like
Yeah.
his choices that he made statistically. It looks okay, but game time management, it's like he's doing the wrong thing and it's causing the Bears to lose. So he did a lot better in
Yeah,
that
he
aspect in this
absolutely
game. So I think he's on the comeuppance. Maybe it's time to start putting him back in your lineup. I'm not gonna lie, I dropped them. DeAndre Swift is doing okay still. I had asked you if he was going to carry momentum, and you were like, "Meh." Looks like they're feeding the guy, my dude. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, they should. He's their best running back.
21
so.
carries. Now, 21 carries does come with the fact that they were blowing them out.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, he
he
was
still looked good though.
wasting their time or wasting time off the clock. DJ Moore, big game,
Had a
5
good
catches.
game. Great game.
Yeah, I played him in PPR. I think he had 27 points this week.
Yeah,
Was
2
really
tutties,
happy about
right?
that.
2 tutties. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2
2 touchdowns as well. So yeah, he's doing well. He wasn't. If you guys were worried about him, I'm sure you're happy that he is back and moving. Anything else you wanted to cover in that game? Pretty boring one.
Yeah, pretty boring.
Yeah, no,
Anytime it's a
nothing.
shutout like that,
Yeah.
not the greatest
The
game.
next one wasn't much better. Let me tell you that. It's the Cleveland Browns. First thing that I wanted to talk about with the Cleveland Browns and Commanders game. I don't know if either of you caught this or maybe some of you guys watching. Did you see Deshaun Watson quit on the field?
Yeah, I
Yep.
did.
Did
They
you
wanted
guys
to go.
see
They
that?
wanted to go
Yep.
for 4th, and he walked off.
He
Screwed
walked
the whole
off
thing
the
up.
field, and the coach literally went, like, what? Like, what are you doing?
Browns are a mess.
And then so they were losing. I believe the score was 3-34 at that point, maybe, or 6-34, something like that. Something like
Still,
that.
it was in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't like,
Like-
garbage time.
But Stefanski then didn't use a timeout because he didn't want to waste one.
Yeah.
He took a penalty, and then I think that was when they kicked one of their 2 field goals.
Yeah. Yeah.
How are you still keeping that guy in the game?
Yeah.
Because
they
they're
paid him
paying
all that
him
money.
They're paying him all that money that's fully guaranteed. Was like
Yep.
$234
Browns gonna-
million.
Yeah. Browns gonna
Fully
Brown.
guaranteed.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, the Browns
I
royally
know.
screwed up.
They
on that
screwed
one.
themselves, and it's like I don't feel bad for their fans because I'm a Steelers fan, but like you gotta like
I don't feel bad for them at all. They do this stuff all the time. They screw themselves all the time.
imagine
Browns
if they
gonna
had
Brown.
Baker. Imagine if they still had Baker and they could have used all those draft picks to build around Baker.
And Baker wanted to be there.
And he
Yep,
wanted
Baker
to
wanted to
and
be
they
there,
tossed
dude.
him to
Like-
the curb.
Yeah. On the stats on this game, other things. Nick Chubb practicing. Big probability that he plays this week. Maybe limited snaps.
He's the only good Brown.
He might be, only getting like 10 carries, maybe one or 2 pass downs.
Yeah, we'll see.
But
We'll see.
anyways, on the stats for this game, Deshaun Watson less than 50% passing, or maybe a little bit over.
He was awful. We don't
He
really
was
need to go over his
terrible.
stats.
125 yards. Amari Cooper was the top receiver for the Browns.
Really, any Browns.
60
He's on.
yards.
60 yards. Yeah.
Yeesh.
Jaden Daniels benched in the third quarter, not because he was doing terrible, because he was doing so well that they didn't need him anymore. They ended up taking him out of the game. He ended with 238 yards through the air, a touchdown and an interception.
Also lead rusher.
He was also the lead rusher
Also,
with 82
yeah,
yards.
which-
That's pretty crazy.
That's
That is
insane.
crazy.
I think that he should be a candidate for MVP and Rookie of
So-
the Year right now. What do you guys think about that?
I think it's
It is getting closer. I think
think
it's
he's
Darnold's.
climbing.
It's Darnold's to lose.
It's Darnold's to lose, but he is a close second in my opinion.
He's
There's-
climbing.
He is
So,
climbing.
Vegas has Patrick Mahomes because he's leading the Chiefs to so many victories back to back. But honestly, I don't think
Is there
that,
precedent with that?
No,
Has there
not.
been a rookie win MVP in the NFL?
did Ben Roethlisberger win MVP?
No,
No, he didn't.
Roethlisberger. He never even
I
got
can't see
MVP
him
votes.
doing it.
He got Rookie of the Year.
But
Yeah.
he
It's
never.
probably honestly, I don't think it's ever happened.
I don't know if it has. We'll have
You
to look
remember
that
whenever
up.
you guys were all about Amari Cooper on Saturday?
Yeah.
60 yards.
No,
total.
I did. I benched Amari Cooper. I wasn't about him.
You guys were saying he's a good
Let's
receiver.
grab a couple questions in here from a couple of the fans before we move into the next game. Aiden asks, should he trade Pollard for Flowers? Aiden, I would say
no. Keep Pollard.
I would
Pollard's
say
good.
keep Pollard or try for a little bit higher end wide receiver instead of Flowers. I know that Flowers may have had a decent week this week. Last week he was terrible. I don't know. I just really think that you could get something better for a running back who's going to be getting more than 10 totes a game.
Yeah.
You know, so
Kenny Pollard's decent.
go higher. Dyson asks, I'm trading Amari Cooper and Bucky for Debo and Zach Moss.
Yeah, take it.
I think that's
Take
a pretty
it.
good
Amari
trade.
Cooper sucks.
Amari Cooper may get traded to a better team, but
maybe.
Nah.
So, and then
I think that what you're getting
Send
is
it.
good enough.
Send it.
Zach Moss did come up on the injury report, so
he did.
Ooh.
So
a little sketchy, but still the same. He'll be back. We'll do one more here. J.K. Clips asks, should I do Stephon Diggs for Marvin Harrison?
I think you do that maybe.
So here's the thing.
Higher floor.
maybe. I
or
mean,
higher
Nico
ceiling
Collins
on,
is. He just got hurt.
That's what I was going to
So
say.
Nico Collins is going to be out at least for this week.
No, they're saying for a couple. It's a hamstring.
Yeah, it's a hamstring.
So
I mean,
I think so.
Yeah.
I
I'll do it.
well, okay. Here's the thing: if you're getting Stephon Diggs, you're getting a guy who's going to be getting more targets than he was already getting, and he was doing pretty well.
I'm assuming he has Diggs and he's trying to get.
Then in that case, I would not.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I would not go for Marvin Harrison. I would keep Diggs. I think Diggs is on the comeuppance.
I'd maybe do it.
Last one. We'll move on to the next team. Jonathan asks, Pittman or Downs for the Colts this week. Which one would you take?
Pittman or down.
That's pretty
Damn.
tough.
Man,
That's
I mean,
pretty
Downs
tough.
has been doing more.
He has. been.
Downs has been doing more. I think that I would
So-
probably go with Downs as your boomer bust, and Pittman as your a little bit more consistent.
Yeah.
Like he has a higher floor.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
He'll get you your 6
So
to,
Mhm.
I
you
mean,
know,
it
10
honestly
points.
kind of depends on who's
Maybe
playing
14.
quarterback, too.
Yeah,
So,
Jonathan, I would just say that your best bet is to if it's something that you're projected to lose,
Maybe risk it for the biscuit.
risk it for the biscuit with Downs. If it's something you're projected to win, just keep Pittman in. But let's go on to the next team here, guys. Let me pull this one up here. It was another barn burner. All the first games were absolutely
Yeah,
terrible.
they were.
right.
Sleepy 1 o'clock.
Excuse me. Sorry about that. The next game was the Dolphins and the Patriots. Yuck.
Tyreek did not get a touchdown.
It was
No, he did not.
It was a slop
I
fest.
thought it was going to be the week. He didn't do horrible.
Yeah. It was not good. Tyler Huntley, a little bit better than last week. A little bit better.
Yeah, but you don't want to be
Still-
stuck with Tyler Huntley.
Yeah, no.
Still pretty
I mean,
sloppy.
They're on the bye week. Tua's probably might come back after the bye.
Please.
You Dolphins owners
So-
better hope that he.
I'm
comes
praying.
back.
I need him to.
Jalen Wright, Ben. You
Yeah.
were telling me about him before the show, we were talking earlier, and I was like, maybe we should start looking at Mostert a little more. And you were like, no, man, look
No,
at Jalen Wright.
got 13 carries for 86 yards.
That's
Those
not
sure
bad.
did decent,
I mean,
though.
He did do decent. You're right. But this kid, this Jalen Wright, I know that he's not owned very, very many places, I'm sure.
No, I mean I have him in Dynasty League.
That would probably be the place that he's drafted. But yeah, maybe take a look at him moving into the future, depending
So-
on where Achan's
And
at.
Ramondre Stevenson,
Surprisingly
after getting
played.
benched,
yeah.
what's up
89
with
I
yards.
that?
think they were just like trying to trick him.
Yeah.
so
Gotcha. Yeah, gotcha. You thought this was Antonio
Gotcha.
Gibson's game.
yeah,
Yeah,
thought Antonio Gibson was going to play.
Yeah.
Gibson,
No.
not
No,
amazing.
didn't
did he?
do great.
No,
He didn't do horrid though. I think he got me like 8 to 9 points in fantasy.
Yeah, but that's
No,
not
it
what
was
was-
great.
It was
did.
less than that. He got like 6.
The offense for the
Uh-huh.
New England Patriots was so terrible that they are officially moving on.
Yeah, they're benching
Yep.
Brissett
Yeah,
for the
Brissett.
rookie Drake
Drake
May.
May.
Your best friend, Jacoby Brissett, is now done, though.
I know. Back to being a journeyman. See you on some other team in a year.
See
And I'll root for you there, too.
See you back on the Browns next year, Jacoby.
Ugh, please.
Right?
Number one wide receiver for the Patriots was Demario Douglas. I don't think you need to be looking at Demario
No,
Douglas.
you don't want. You want to avoid the Patriots.
Anything there. Moving into the next game, finally, something that was fun and interesting to watch.
Yeah.
I watched this game. I don't know if you guys did. Came down to the last couple seconds. Jacksonville Jaguars, Indianapolis Colts. Jags 37, Colts 34.
34. Decent game.
Not bad. Joe Flacco still got it, man. Why is he not starting as a regular quarterback for an NFL team? Is it
Because
just
he's
'cause
39
old?
years old.
Well, I mean, Rodgers is 40.
He's doing better than Rodgers, kind
And
of.
here's the thing.
Okay, yeah, true.
I think he has just as many Super Bowl wins as Rodgers, is
Yeah.
he not?
He
Yeah,
does. He does.
just one.
So, like, but yeah.
Put some respect on Joe Flacco's name.
Flacco.
But I mean, at the same time, Aaron Rodgers has won the MVP 3 times.
He has.
Yeah,
he
I mean,
has.
Aaron
I
Rodgers
mean,
clearly
clearly
better.
Aaron Rodgers is the better player.
Yeah.
Joe Flacco, though, 33 of 44, 359 yards, 3 touchdowns. Trey Sermon, we don't love him, but we like him right now. If you're a JT hunter, that is.
He did decent.
He
I said
did. He
start
did
him.
okay. He actually had a couple catches too that aren't listed on our stat list here, but he did go 10 for 38, 3.8 yards a carry, and a touchdown. That is not terrible. Alex Pierce, garbage time. Holy crap! 134 yards on 3 catches and a touchdown.
Yeesh.
He's
Yeah.
their deep threat guy.
He is
Yeah,
their
he
deep
is.
threat guy. He is a speedster. Most of those points did come at the end of the game when they were trying to catch up to the Jags. But hey, if you played him in fantasy,
Did
Yeah.
you watch the game? It wasn't catching up. It was a shootout, basically.
yeah. But I mean, like it.
And it was actually Jags trying to come back.
What,
Yeah.
what I was saying is in the shootout in the fourth quarter, like the Jags would go up 1 and then they would score a touchdown, so they'd have to catch up.
But I mean, it wasn't like
It wasn't garbage time, but it was during the onslaught of just constant offense.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I stand
in the
corrected.
back and forth game.
Superman, don't punch me. I see you looking at me right there.
Right, flying right at you.
next game, or not next game, but the other team, Trevor
next
Lawrence
team.
and the
But
the worst team that we think is in the NFL, the Jaguars.
Scraped out a win.
They scraped out a win, first one of the season, 28 of 34, 371 yards, 2 touchdowns, and interception.
had a good day.
Yeah, that's
Not
a good
terrible
day.
for Trevor
a good
Lawrence.
day.
Reflects
Will we do it again?
no,
probably
not.
reflects in the victory. Their specialty players, they all did pretty good.
Yeah, they
Tank
did.
Bigsby, 13 rushes, 101 yards, 2 touchdowns. Ben, I know that you played him.
I did play him.
I will tell you, folks, it didn't squeak him out the victory, but he played it.
I played him.
He couldn't be stopped, dude. He was running like Frank Gore.
He looks like the better running back down in Jacksonville.
Right now, he does look like the
Definitely.
better running back. ETN, not a terrible day. He ended up with like 13, 14 PPR points.
Yeah. He's used more in the passing game. So
Yeah.
that's
Second, third down, or second and long, third down. That's where he's seemingly going to be end up coming into play. It's going to kind of be like what's going on with the Buccaneers, right? It's going to be Bucky and White. So
Yeah, probably.
BTJ, big game. Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah,
5
tell me
catches,
about it, dude.
122, and a touchdown. I played him this week as a filler for my bye week because I'm blessed with great wide
I
receivers.
got crushed against him. Not him, but someone who played Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah.
I've been talking shit on Brian Thomas Jr.
And he did really well. Was there anything else we really need to cover from this game? Anthony Richardson.
No, it wasn't the better shootout of the shootouts.
It
at 1
wasn't.
o'clock.
The next one is the better shootout,
Yeah,
I believe.
That's what I was watching.
Side note, looks like Anthony Richardson might be coming back. Let me hop into chat. You guys want to do a couple questions before we move into the next
Yeah,
thing?
sure.
we
We
can
can smash.
smash.
All right. Lowest one I could.
Shout it. Abe and Anthony.
Abe
Thanks for
and Anthony.
the rose,
Thank
man.
you, Anthony. We
Thank you,
appreciate
guys.
it, Abe. We
Anthony
appreciate
and
it.
Abe and Anthony.
Let me see here.
Thanks for
Aaron
the
Blair
gifts.
asked, the game was good. I'm having a love-hate relationship with Pittman Jr. Yeah, Aaron, I could understand that if you're a Colts fan, having a love-hate relationship with that.
So
Anthony, we want to get to your question, brother. trade Jaden Reed and Rico Dwaddle and he will receive CMC and Devonta Smith. Nah, Anthony,
I like
keep what you
Devonta
got.
Smith, but CMC is not going to be playing until
Yeah.
way late,
Yeah.
if at all.
Yeah.
No, I would not do that at all.
I'd keep Jaden Reed and
Yeah.
Rico Dowdle.
Spence, trade CD for Brees Hall. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
No, keep CD.
If you really need a running back, that's a fair 1-to-1 swap.
I guess it's a
Yeah,
fair
it's
one-to-one
a fair
swap.
one-to-one swap, but keep the usage for Brees Hall right now has not been good.
I just would not want to trade away my number one pick ever.
New
I feel
coach.
like.
Maybe now it will be.
I guess.
Maybe, but
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, give that a week or two.
Yeah.
Weston says, should you drop Sermon for Chase Brown? That's given that Zach Moss might be not playing this week.
Yes.
You could,
Yes,
but I
could.
mean,
Yes.
Weston.
No, absolutely, you do that.
Well-
You drop Sermon for Chase Brown.
I was high on Sermon. He did pretty good.
Weston.
Chase Brown's a better running back.
Weston. He can interrupt me as many times as he wants. But if JT doesn't play this week, you could still use Sermon.
No, I'd rather have Chase Brown.
The way
I'm
the
with you.
the monitor is far enough away, and my contacts are glared enough that actually doesn't say Sermon to me. But I won't say on screen what it does look like it says. Moving on to the next question, D. Lidman. Welcome back to the chat, man. I know you were here on Saturday. We're gonna get
Hell
to
yeah,
you right here, and then we got to move into the next topic. Was the Steelers game such a heartbreak? Was it a heartbreak for us? Yeah, absolutely.
It was
dude.
a heartbreak.
I went
for
to bed
us.
really, really, really quiet.
No, it was
and
something I
mad.
saw coming.
And then my Monday was twice as worse as it normally is because the Steelers lost.
Yeah, up till 1 o'clock in the morning.
Bryce had one question, but then we're going to move on. Would you trade Swift and Devonta Smith for Brees Hall? I'll let you guys take that
I
one.
think that's
I
a
don't know.
lot, but that's still pretty good.
I think you're giving up too much.
Yeah, that's what I agree.
Yeah, I think that's giving up a
I
little
think
bit
you're giving
too
up too much for Brees Hall.
Smidge too much.
Next game here. Moving into what we were just talking about, the thriller of the. I felt like it was the
Oh,
better
this
of the two
isn't
games.
even the one I'm talking
Oh,
about.
really? Oh, that's right. Yes, because there is an even
That's
better
not
one.
even the one I was talking about. This was a good game.
This
though.
was a really good game. The Buffalo Bills played the Houston Texans this week in Houston. Houston Texans uniforms. Let me get your take
They
on
were
that.
awesome. I thought they were so hard.
Did you like them?
They were cool.
I thought
They were cool.
really cool.
I love
H
them.
was a little but the jerseys themselves were.
Yeah, I think they shouldn't have done the age. They should have used the actual
They should have
logo.
used
in
the-
that-
yeah.
I
those
like the
colors.
little subtle H. You could like barely even see it. Just like a little hint. Of
Well, that's
the
because
blue.
he doesn't clean his glasses, folks.
I'm not even wearing glasses.
The Bills, most of this game were like really behind. They
Yeah.
ended up coming back.
So, And the only one who had a decent day fantasy wise, James Cook.
James Cook had a good day. Josh Allen, 9 of 30 for 131.
He was terrible.
Wow.
He was terrible. And people were thinking that he was the front runner for MVP.
Yeah.
He's not playing like
not
it.
anymore.
Is that saying something about Josh Allen and what's going on with the Bills this year, or is that saying something about how good the Texans defense might be? I think it's the first, not the latter.
Yeah, I think it's the first.
Yeah.
He
The
chokes
former.
in big games.
He chokes a lot. Yeah, not against the Steelers.
He looks
though,
great against the
unfortunately.
garbage teams and like mid teams.
James Cook, 20 rushes. He had 82 yards and a touchdown, was involved in the pass game as well. Keon Coleman only had one catch. It was a touchdown for
I did
49
say he'd
yards.
Get a touchdown.
So that was good for the rookie. C.J. Stroud, 331 on 28 completions. Not
Yeah.
bad. Touchdown
Pretty
and
good.
He
interception.
almost turned over the.
Better than not
He
bad.
almost lost the game for them, though.
Yes, he did.
He almost did. Like he had a late fumble.
Leaky.
So he didn't. I mean, fantasy wise, he only got like 15 points.
Yeah, which
So-
isn't very good for. Yeah, I mean, not a lot of quarterbacks, except for the next game we'll talk about, really had a lot of points for quarterbacks.
Hey, my
Yeah.
boy Cam Akers.
Cam Akers, he had a touchdown, 42 yards. We're really hoping that Joe Mixon will come back and play football
Yeah,
sometime.
absolutely.
Joe, if you're
I
out there
need
and
it.
you can hear this, play football, bro. Please. I
Cam
drafted
Akers,
you in like the third
He's
round.
just trying to get back to 100%. Let him heal up.
Joe, get to 100% faster. Plug in the charger. I don't know what you need to do, but get it done. Stephon Diggs, who we had just talked about with one of our listeners, who was asking about the trade, he had 6 catches for 82 yards. I think that's just going to grow. You know what I mean? With Nico Collins being out. Also, Tank
I actually think Tank Dells are going to
Dell.
improve more because they're going to be focusing on digs.
Yeah, Tank will
I think
take over a
Dell
lot
has
of the
higher
deeps.
upside.
He'll have a lot of the deep catches as
Yeah.
opposed to Stephon. Stephon will just be over the middle a lot.
He'll get more. Stephon will get more targets though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Anything else you guys wanted to cover from this game? Wasn't really too much. Mac Hollins looked absolutely terrible. They tried to use him like Gabe Davis.
Yeah,
And,
no, the
dude,
Bills'
he
receiving
doesn't
core
work.
is not good.
Bro, he could not. He wasn't running fast enough to get to any of the balls to catch them.
Shakir was out, to be fair.
Okay.
True.
Oh,
True.
to be fair.
But I still don't think he's that good. So like,
Yeah, I don't
I'm
think
high
Shakir's
on
amazing.
Shakir.
He's all right. He's the best player
You're
there.
high on him
He's their
because
best.
He's on your team.
Yeah.
He's the best
That's
wide
why you're
receiver
high
they
on him.
have.
He's been good. Look at his stats. He's been doing good.
Now we're getting to the game
This is
that
the
Doob
best
wanted
1
to talk
o'clock
about.
game.
Yeah, this is the one that Doob wanted to talk about. This game went to overtime. This game was awesome.
What a fun game.
For me, for fantasy football, kind of sucked, dude. I had Joe Burrow, but I played against Lamar Jackson, so they just canceled each other out. Ended up winning. I had T. Higgins. He had 2 touchdowns. So did Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase lit me up. I played against him in fantasy. That was horrible.
36 points, I believe. PPR.
193 yards, man.
193
on 10
yards.
catches.
And the one, did you see him break through the Ravens defense? It
Yeah.
wasn't even like a wide open one. He busted through.
Yeah, he just
down the
he
right
took
seam.
off.
Zach Brown did get hurt. Joe Burrow's stats.
You mean Zach Moss?
Oh, what did I say?
You said Zach Brown.
Zach Brown.
You combined the two.
Oh, I sure did. Yeah, Zach Moss ended up getting hurt. I believe it's an ankle. Joe Burrow, 30 of 39 for 392 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception. Joe Burrow is playing better than any quarterback in the NFL right now.
I mean,
Statistically, he is.
for real, statistically.
Statistically, he has.
But I mean, he should be. It's Joe Burrow. We expect this. From
well,
him.
yeah, but I mean,
They've been shitting the bed, kind of. I wouldn't have expected
their
that.
defense is
It's
awful.
horrible.
their
Yeah,
defense is
they're like-
awful. The food they eat over there is
It's garbage.
ridiculous. All right, I put a post out on TikTok and social media earlier about this. We've been talking about it for a couple days. I almost forgot about it until I seen this. Okay, did you see the comment earlier where I was asking if there's beans in Skyline chili?
Yes, I
Yes.
saw that.
And apparently there isn't. But some people like to add beans to their Skyline chili. Now, what I was told that really bothered me, and I don't care what your 2 opinions are on this because this is disgusting. They put cinnamon on top of the cheese and the chili and the
No, I
spaghetti.
don't. That wasn't the impression I got. I got the impression that they add a little cinnamon to the chili. My dad does that. That actually is pretty good. Not sprinkle cinnamon like salt.
As previously
mixed into the sauce.
As previously stated, I do not care about their opinions. That is gross.
Don't knock it till you try.
I'm not going to.
I thought
ever
you were gonna
try
say
it.
the giant like heaping thing of
I think
cheese
it'd
on
be
top
alright.
of it.
That's
was,
also-
that was
yeah.
too much cheese for me.
Because
for
here's
my
the thing:
chili.
you almost need those beans after you eat all that
Yeah.
cheese.
yeah. Bound up.
If you're from Cincinnati, if you eat Skyline chili,
Please
we're-
let us know how it is.
we're praying for you.
legitimately.
Yeah.
No, he's praying for it. I think it sounds all right.
I don't know about that. If we get to 1,500 followers tonight, I'll make a Skyline chili.
Oh,
and,
eat it on air?
We'll eat it on air.
Hey,
How about
now
that?
we're talking.
We
You
get
guys, you guys gonna watch me eat?
If we get to
Yeesh.
1,500 followers tonight, I
Yeah.
will eat an entire plate of Skyline chili live on everything with cinnamon and all. Getting back to football, Lamar Jackson, like I said, had a great day as well. A lot of it through the air, which is not
You know
normally a
who did
Lamar
great?
Jackson thing. Who's
Who I
that?
said was gonna do good?
Oh,
Isaiah Likely.
Isaiah
It's
Likely.
Isaiah Likely's tight end position.
Yeah.
He's on my
He was
fantasy
likely.
football
Yeah,
team.
He was likely.
And he was likely to do something,
yeah.
and likely he did.
He killed it.
Did you see that touchdown that he had, his second one?
Yes.
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, he just threw it up.
Holy, yeah, but like, did you see him juke out of?
Yeah,
all
I know.
that
That's
stuff?
what I mean.
Oh
Like,
my
he ran around,
gosh.
did Lamar Jackson things, and then
He's
threw it
their
up
deep
and
threat.
prayed that likely was going to come down.
and
with it.
prayed that likely who should be on an
He'll
NBA
likely
team.
do it.
Yeah. So likely had 2 touchdowns. He didn't really have a lot of yards. I honestly think he had 13 yards in the game, which is pretty funny. Derrick Henry, another good game. Had 15 rushes for 92 yards and a touchdown.
Can't hate that.
Zay Flowers, who is not our favorite person, he had a game. He had a
Yeah, he
comeback
did
game a
decent.
little bit.
He went
Like
over 100 yards.
100 yards
Full
plus,
PPR, you got 18 points out of him. You can't be mad.
Can't be mad about that.
Don't expect it every week.
So
I don't.
Also, those who drafted Mark Andrews.
Sorry for you.
It's over.
Yeah, I think it's time
Sorry.
for him to go
Yeah.
Cut
Cut him.
because they used some other tight end as well.
Yeah, they used Charlie Kohler, who had
Kohler?
3 catches for 64
And a
yards and a
touchdown.
touchdown. Let's
Yeah.
see. Mark Andrews did have 55 yards, but that's like all of his fantasy points for this season. I just don't. I think
Get
you're right.
rid
I
of
think
him.
he's out. I think he's out of their game plan. That he's being used for rushes specifically.
Yeah,
Do you want to take a couple questions before we move into the next game?
sure. Let's
Yeah, we
answer
could
a
do some
couple questions.
Seth, what's up, Seth? If you weren't paying attention,
Seth.
if you weren't in here for the start of the
You
show,
won the shirt, bro.
Seth, you
Yeah, Seth, you won the shirt, man.
You won one of the shirts, man. So DM us your address, and we will. Lou pulled you. We'll get the shirt out to you, man. Colin, facts. Do you guys answer questions? Yeah, Colin. Right now we're answering questions. We go game to game, but we answer questions in between. I shan't ask Garrett Wilson or Debo. Dude, I think you're pretty decent on either end. I liked what Garrett Wilson did this week. We just talked about how he had 22 targets.
Yeah.
Debo's never getting 22 targets.
Yeah.
No. So I would honestly do that.
Yeah, I would stick with Wilson. Colin asked Laporta or Kraft. Kraft did have a really good week. Laporta was
did.
on bye week and hasn't had a hot start to the season.
I'd still go Laporta.
I would
think
still go Laporta.
I don't
Colin.
know. I'd maybe take Kraft.
I'd still go.
I mean,
Laporta.
Did you pick up Kraft for your bye week, Colin? Do you already have him?
Yeah, he was available.
Or are you going to go for waivers on him, I guess? Let me see here. Pitts, Likely, or Andrews? I think Pitts is the best out of them. I know Likely had 2
Pitt-
touchdowns.
Yeah.
Kirk
Yeah.
Cousins is actually throwing
Likely's
the ball.
too boomer busty.
Kyle, what's up, man? Kyle's a regular follower of ours. What's up, man?
Oh, my man.
Okay. Are we? Oh, our producer's telling us we're having some issues with video. Guys, in the chat, real quick, can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear and see us? Is it not lining up? Can you let us know real quick? And while you are letting us know, okay, Kyle says we're lined up fine.
Thank you, Kyle.
Thanks, Kyle. Appreciate it, Aaron. Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you. Yeah, they're saying we're good.
No, yeah, it might just be you up there, producer Paul, but that's okay. We're gonna keep going. Yeah.
All right.
Kyle, I'll get to your question. He asked, "What RB can I get from Mason?" You could go pretty high on that, Kyle. It's the more it comes out, it kind of sounds like CMC's not playing for a while.
It
Like,
does
wow,
sound
No,
wow.
like it.
not for a while. No.
If you're
You
keeping
may
him
just
on the
wanna keep
bench,
him.
Kyle? I would trade high. I would think maybe you could get Brees Hall.
You could get probably a Devonta Smith.
He wants a running back.
He wants
Colin.
he wants
another
a
running
running
back.
back.
He wants
Oh,
to swap running backs.
Then why,
The
why,
ball at the
why,
flu.
why specifically do you want to swap him? I guess I think I would just keep him. He's
for
been doing
longevity
great.
for the end of the season. I think he wants
I
to.
guess.
I would say aim high, aim very high. I would aim very high, Kyle. That would be the best way. He
Like
is
maybe
AJ
a
Brown
Jahmyr
anyways.
Gibbs.
He's
So-
worried about CMC. Yeah, Kyle. I would say honestly, just aim for the highest possible.
A Gibbs, maybe like
like a Gibbs or
If that doesn't work, maybe
Kamara.
Aaron Jones been doing good. Kamara.
yeah, something like that. Who's a definite starter as well.
Yeah.
Ryan, Drake London, and Brian Robinson for Josh Downs, Jordan Mason, and Olave. Who wins the trade?
Whoever gets Josh Downs, Mason, and Olave.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I
Those are
think-
3 quality
I
players.
think the person who gets the 3 players, Ryan, is going to be the winner there. Aaron, you had helped us out with a thumbs up. If you had a question before we get to the next teams, we will gladly take yours first, brother. Alex, I give Terry McLaurin and Javonte Williams, and I receive A.J. Brown and Jordan Love. What are your thoughts?
I mean, if
I
need
like
a-
it.
If you need a quarterback, that's pretty great.
If you need a
Yeah.
quarterback and Terry is an extra player and Javonte is an extra player, and you're going to end up just plugging AJ into your roster and deleting one of your flex players, yeah, that's a fine.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that too.
Because if I had Javonte
Kyle.
Williams, I'd be trying to trade him too.
Kyle wants to know: is JT a good option to trade Jordan Mason for JT? Would you try
Jordan
to weasel
Mason
that
for
out of
JT.
somebody?
Yes, I would do that.
I would try to
I would
weasel
do
that.
that.
I would
Especially
try to
because
do
he's
that.
injured right now, dude. That's premier, Kyle. Good
call.
Good question. Guys, help us get to our 1,000 marker.
So-
We just are passive about our followers and stuff. We do this for you guys. If you come in and you follow us, then you become part of the family. But help us out, share it,
Yeah,
like it,
like,
all that jazz.
subscribe,
We really
share,
appreciate it as we keep going.
Follow.
Yep.
All the
So-
buttons.
Aaron, who had helped us out, give up on Richardson and pick up Kirk Cousins. Yeah,
Yes.
bro. Yeah,
Yes.
bro.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
yes.
definitely do that.
Yeah,
Yep.
man. I would definitely.
I would do that for sure. I already gave
I
up
also
on.
already kind of did
Richardson.
that.
Yeah, I was gonna say
In the
I'm pretty
league.
sure he's in every free agency of the leagues that I'm in. I think it's
So-
time to just give up on him. I mean, maybe he'll return to a good quarterback one day, but not at this time.
Right.
And he keeps getting injured. Next game I want to talk about. It's got a lot going on, a lot of controversy here. It's the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Denver Broncos. Lewis, where do you think Devontae's going?
I don't know if he's going to do the Jets anymore.
I think
Saints?
he's definitely going to the Jets.
I think he's definitely
now.
going to the Jets. I think it's Jets or Saints. And what I had heard on the radio this morning was leaning that Saints kind of sound like they're winning right now. But now Derek Carr's hurt.
Yeah, Derek Carr's
Derek Carr's hurt. They
gonna
just
miss-
fired the coach.
missed some time.
So
He must really love Aaron Rodgers.
maybe the
I
Steelers
mean,
are-
maybe the
maybe the
Steelers. I
Steelers
think
might get him.
Steelers made an aggressive offer. It was reported.
this game had a lot of controversy, like I said. Gardner Minshew started the game, went 12 for 17, 137 yards, one
he
touchdown.
went 9 for 9 though at the top. He went 9 for 9. Then he just totally
And then he
just
fell
fell
off, of
apart.
course.
Yeah.
Very
So-
quickly. Yeah.
And he's getting benched.
Yeah.
Aiden O'Connell's going to start
Yeah.
next week.
And Aiden O'Connell is going to be the starter from, it sounds like here on out. I don't know if I love that for the Raiders or Aiden O'Connell or Gardner Minshew or anybody. Gardner get traded? You think he can get traded?
I could see him getting traded.
Yeah.
He's service. I mean,
He's a
he looks
serviceable backup
kind
at
of
least.
awful here, but
Maybe they don't got a lot going on there. Amir Abdullah was the leading rusher for the Raiders. Zamir White did not play.
Yeah, he
Madison
was injured.
didn't do
Madison
not-
was involved. He's more of like the third down
right.
pass catching running
Right.
back.
Abdullah
So-
was playing a little wide receiver at one point
And then,
last year, which was kind of weird.
Brock Bowers is now the top target there.
Yeah.
He's a number
100%.
one.
So
He's number one tight end
that's,
in the
I've
following
been telling you
categories.
this all season.
He's
so
number
far.
one in touchdowns. He is number one in yards.
Yeah.
He is number one in
telling you this
targets.
all season,
He is
dude.
number one in receptions. He's number one in every single.
have Brock Bowers.
Single. I know you do, and you
Yeah,
still
for
lost.
four
And
tight
you
ends.
still lost, which is the funny
know.
part.
4
I
tight
beat Lou
ends.
twice this week, guys.
Not-
Just so you know.
Yeah.
And he plays me again this week. Did you know that?
I didn't actually know that.
Oh,
geez.
For the opposite team, it was the Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos, I mean, did you see Bo Nix and his
Yelling
head
at
coach?
Sean
Yeah,
Payton.
yelling at each
Sean
other.
Payton
Yeah.
deserves to get yelled at.
Well, did
He
you see
does.
the clip?
He's
Apparently
overrated.
it was just them telling each other that they love each
Yeah.
other.
just-
Oh,
I did
really?
see that.
That's funny.
That's what Bo Nix said after during the press conference after the game.
Sean Payton looks like he owns a boat in Florida and literally just sits on it all offseason and smokes darts.
Sean Payton has never accomplished anything without Drew Brees.
True.
Take that,
Facts.
Sean Payton, you
Yeah.
stupid
facts.
loser.
I think he's the most overrated coach because people talk about him like he's so great, but he really hasn't done anything without Drew Brees. You could say the same thing about Mike Tomlin with Roethlisberger, but
Yeah, I guess so. Who
Hey,
would you
man.
rather have, Sean Payton
I
or
would
Mike?
have Mike Tomlin
too.
over.
Yeah,
Sean
I'd rather
Payton.
have Mike Tomlin than Sean Payton.
Bo Nix had I think his best game so
He
far
did. He
as
does, yeah.
a professional. He went 19
As a passer,
of
yeah.
27, 206 yards, 2 touchdowns, had 25 points in fantasy football.
It's not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Mm-hmm.
Javonte Williams, who was a question in one of our trade questions a couple
Mm-hmm.
seconds ago, he does seem to be viable. He's used a lot, which is something that even if you're just keeping him on the bench,
Yeah,
bye
he's
week,
he
that's
could
not
be a
bad.
good plug and play.
Yeah, I know that he's pretty involved. McLaughlin does take all the passes, the passing downs, which does eat into his ability PPR, but he's still not bad. I wouldn't drop him, guys. If you're in a 12-man league or higher, Javonte Williams should be on your team. Crazy thing is, though, in this game, he was their number one wide receiver as well with 5 catches
Yeah.
for 50 yards.
So
McLaughlin
Jesus.
had the touchdown, I believe, vulture style, but
yeah, you don't drop Javonte Williams. You try and trade him to upgrade your team.
yeah,
but you don't drop him.
you could get a mid-tier wide receiver out of that still. Maybe not anybody crazy, but
Devonta
something
Smith.
decent.
No, like in a package deal, you'd send him in a trade.
Broncos 3-2. I see them on the
I think they're on their
offense.
up. They got their defense is good.
Yeah.
Their defense is great.
I played their defense this week as one of my teams.
Do you think
They
they're
did
going to
well.
end the season with a winning record?
I think that they have a chance to be either an 8-9 or a 9-8.
I don't think I'd give them that.
Okay, then what would you give them?
6.
Okay.
You think they win only 3 more games?
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
We'll
thank,
see.
okay.
We'll
thank,
see.
thank you for saying that.
Yeah. Thanks for that, Lou.
I thought you had something at least
Yeah,
after that.
yeah.
No, I
No.
just think
Nothing.
I think they're going to fall apart.
Okay. All right. Well,
Their defense is great. Their offense is not that good.
if you're a Denver's Broncos fan, Lou doesn't like you.
I mean, I don't dislike Denver Broncos fans.
Guys, if you're a Denver Broncos fan actually have
no issue.
make sure
with the
you
Denver
yell at Lou.
Broncos. Sean Payton overrated though.
Let's take a couple questions here before we move on to the next game. Let's see. If I was able to, Kyle asked, if I was able to get JT and Diggs for Mason and Deontay, do I win? Yeah, I think so. What do you think, man?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, you're getting JT for
yeah.
No, because I like Diggs way more than I like Deontay.
because yeah.
He's getting JT.
Oh.
and Diggs.
I read the question wrong. My
you're
bad,
good.
Kyle.
He's getting
Yeah,
JT and Diggs.
That's
Oh
what
yeah,
you want.
yeah. Do that.
Yeah, I think you're winning. Crippler asked, help Andrews for Pitts. If you're trading away Andrews and
Yeah,
you're getting Pitts,
man.
Yeah, if you
absolutely.
can do that, yeah.
Pitts, dude.
Kyle even said that. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely,
you
Kyle.
can do that.
Seth has got a badge as a subscriber to the page.
Hey, let's go.
Welcome, Seth. Seth, I'm sure you've heard it now. You are a T-shirt winner. Let me see if we have any other questions before we move into the next game. It doesn't look like we have any newer ones. One right here. I received Marvin Harrison Jr., Bijan. He gives up Jaden Daniels. He has Josh Allen. And he also gives up Deontay Johnson and J.K. Dobbins.
I just don't. That's not a horrible trade, but I
Not
don't really know if
horrible.
you want Bijan and
This is what I would say.
I don't know if you want that.
This is what I would say. I would say you keep Jaden Daniels and you instead trade Josh Allen. That would be
You can
what
get
you
way
do
more for
there.
Josh Allen because Jaden Daniels is playing
Yeah,
great.
Jaden Daniels
Yeah, he is.
runs
So,
way too
like,
much.
consistently
Yeah,
good.
88 yards a game is an automatic 8.8 points on your fantasy football team that
Yeah.
you don't get out of other quarterbacks. Brown Power, let's see. He says, trade Brees and Brian Thomas for DK and Aaron Jones, or should I ask for Nico instead of DK? Well, here would be the thing. Aaron Jones just got hurt with a little hip problem. He did leave the game and did not come back, so we need to wait on an update for that, Brown, before you make that trade, I would say. And then should you go for DK or Nico? Again, Nico just got that hamstring injury. Even though he's the better of the two, I would go for DK. Do you think that too?
I would go for DK.
Yeah.
Yeah, simply because of the injury.
Just because of the injury,
yeah.
not
Simply
any
just
other.
because of the injury.
Yeah. Let me see. We'll take one more here from Calm Trusted. I'm trading Brees Hall for James Cook and McLaurin. Is that a good trade? Yes, I think so.
I like it.
I like that as
I like
well.
that.
Yeah, I could dig that.
Let me see what our next game is. And if we have a question that correlates with our next game, we'll answer that one before we go. Nope, you guys are just going to have to wait. The next game, sorry. We will get to all your questions.
Yeah.
We promise you. We're not going to leave you dry and high. Was the Arizona Cardinals versus the 49ers in an upset game in San Francisco.
Yep.
And how funny was it that they asked to wear their white uniforms at home, and the NFL was like,
No,
"Nah,
you can't do that.
Get a heat stroke, bro. We don't care." Taking a look at the stats for this game, they were pretty mediocre, I would say. Better of the two quarterbacks was probably Kyler Murray, and it's just because he didn't throw 2 interceptions.
Told you Brock Purdy was going to have a little bit of a stinker.
He did have a little bit of a stinker. I should have played Baker Mayfield, honestly. You were right. Kyler, 19 of 30, 195 yards, a touchdown, an interception. Mediocre, very mediocre. James Conner, nothing but yards, but 19 carries for 86. If you got James Conner, I know you
Can't
got him
hate
later.
that.
You cannot hate that. Michael Wilson, people have been asking us about him. Five catches, 78 yards. He's like a 1 tier lower than a Wan'Dale Robinson when it comes to consistency. Like he puts up some points, not a lot, like a 6 or maybe an 8 each week. but like he never eclipses that really. I feel like. I mean, like
Not normally, no.
You can watch, keep
Yeah,
him under watch.
he's a
list.
watch
I'm
list
sure
guy.
he's. I'm sure he's available in
Watch
those
list
leagues.
guy for sure.
I would add him to your watch list. Don't need to necessarily burn if you have a high waiver wire number. I wouldn't burn it on that. Brock Purdy, like we said, 1935, 144, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Didn't look the greatest. Has all of his weapons back except for CMC, and has a good replacement in Jordan Mason. So,
Yeah.
no excuses, buddy. And you're at home. Brandon Ayuk finally had a game.
Yeah,
Shook
he
off
finally
shook
broke
off
out.
the
Did he?
cobwebs.
Finally showed up.
It was a good outing for Brandon Ayuk. I kept getting notifications left and right. It was like, oh, this is great. I didn't even think that he was going to get 5 points today, but you have to play him. Other than that, for the 49ers, Kittle had a touchdown, 8 catches, 68 yards. That was a good game for him. Juwan Jennings is now a drop. I watched our own Ben Yaconis drop him this morning.
I think it's time you drop Juwan Jennings.
I'm with you
Debo's
on
back.
that.
I mean, Debo didn't do anything either, but
Yeah, it's still in the same effect. The target level wasn't there.
yeah, and it's just going to go down
just
now
gonna
that
keep
Debo's
getting lower.
back. So
And the other thing I wanted to add with that is you were in a game that passing was at a premium. Like you had to throw the ball, and you're playing against the Arizona Cardinals, and you still didn't get anything.
yeah,
It doesn't look like you're a major part of the offense when everybody's back.
Yep.
Kyler, I did also want to mention he had 83 yards and a touchdown as well. McBride did play. He had an okay day for a tight end. And then, like I said, Marvin Harrison Jr., not a great outing. Moving into our next game, we had another upset. 4 o'clock games were a bunch of upsets. That was pretty
Giants,
awesome
Yeah.
thriller. How about the Giants winning 29-20? Did you see the blocked field goal?
I actually didn't see it.
Okay, so score is 23, I believe, 23-20. The Seahawks are lined up to kick, and the Giants block it and return it for a touchdown.
I saw.
yeah.
That was
That's
crazy.
what happened. I didn't
That
actually
was
watch
that
it.
was pretty crazy. Better 2 quarterbacks in this game. Both did pretty well. Daniel Jones, 23 completions out of 34. He had 257 yards, 2 touchdowns.
He's making me look bad from my take from one of the first episodes we did. I said he was the worst quarterback in the
Yep.
league.
No,
No way.
He's
No,
making
he's
me eat that hard.
he's playing for his job, and I cannot lie. He is more than impressive. He's better than the performance that we've seen out of a lot of guys who are getting
Yeah,
paid a
he's
lot more.
doing acceptable for sure.
Geno Smith, 28 of 40, 284 yards, 1 touchdown. Still a decent game. Geno is pretty good on his feet, and I've been watching him in the pocket. He's like an artist in the pocket.
Yeah.
You ever watch like him just like scramble around? Geno Smith. It is actually pretty good.
I haven't watched a lot.
It
of
is
Geno
pretty
Smith,
good.
to be honest
His
with you.
his
Not
pocket.
since,
Yeah, not since
been
you
quite
lost
some
him.
time.
Geno also had 4 rushes for 72 yards in this game. He was the leading rusher, ironically, for the Seahawks. Filler, Tyrone Tracy.
I'm actually
Killed
going to
it.
keep him. He may take the
Killed
job.
You think?
I think he may
I
take
think
the job.
I think he's going to.
He was
He's younger.
good.
He's
Yeah,
cheaper.
he's a rookie.
Yeah.
He was good.
Fresh
Teams normally
legs.
like to go to the rookie when
Yeah.
they start doing good.
He looked
Especially their
honestly
running
more.
back.
I like
Especially their
Devin
running back.
Singletary, but he looked more explosive than Devin Singletary.
Tyrone Tracy did look really good. 7.2 yards per carry was his average. Ended up with 129 yards. Also had a catch for 1 yard. That doesn't matter for anything. Old man Darius Slayton had a game. If you picked Darius Slayton to go for 122 yards, 1 touchdown, and 8 catches, we'd like you to come on the podcast.
Because none of us had that.
we would love to know what you think for every football game because no one had that. Going over to the Seahawks and their skill players, Kenneth Walker got absolutely shut down. Zach Charbonnet is no longer a part of the offense.
Walker was
really.
using the passing game a lot.
He was
So.
using a lot of dump offs, but like when you're rushing only 5 times and you're only getting 19 yards on those 5 rushes after getting 3 touchdowns the week before,
Yeah.
it is definitely a
Yeah.
letdown.
Yeah, that was a huge letdown for him.
Tyler Lockett had an okay day, 4 catches, 75 yards. Other than that, Jackson Smith-Njigba, who we've been saying is a really big heart of their offense, I think. He's what gets the ball moving on them third downs and those really critical plays. He had a touchdown for 31 yards.
He even faked the pass.
Oh,
like,
really?
faked catching a pass.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's how
and the-
Gino got all those rushing
Yeah.
yards.
Yeah, and those two
There's
defenders
no ball
fall.
on
Yeah.
it,
That was
I saw that. That was pretty nice.
high IQ play. Let's pop in a couple more questions. See what we got in here. Najee Harris or Devontae Smith at flex, non-PPR. Ooh. Well, I don't know if Devontae Smith is back yet, so my answer for now has to be Najee. I think I would probably still keep it Najee over Devonta Smith, even in his first game back. I don't see a wide
He
receiver.
should be coming back soon. Though.
He's supposed to. They're expecting him and AJ Brown back this week.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Because their
Yes.
bye week just happened. They're
Yes.
good to go. Okay,
Yeah.
then in that case, dude, I would
I
probably.
don't know if they're good to go. They're just expecting.
I
them.
would
They're
take-
expecting them back.
I would take Smith.
With
over
that news, I would
Najee.
take Smith. Yeah, with that news, I would take Smith. Calm Trust asked the guy, said, I'm getting scammed, but Brees Hall has been dropping under 10. You must have asked the question a second ago, sir. I'm trading Brees Hall for James Cook and Terry. Oh, no, we told you. Calm Trust.
Yeah.
Do that
Yeah.
trade.
He's the one getting scammed.
Yeah, he's the one getting scammed.
Yeah, dude.
I would definitely do that. You're getting two good players in return. Guys, let us know. We're going to go from game to game here, and as we're going from game to game, we will definitely answer your questions. If you have any fantasy football questions, just drop them in the chat, and we will get to them within a minute of them happening. Help us get to our 1,000 follower mark, and then let's get into our next game. Next one was, I think, another really good one. We had the Packers and the Rams. I enjoyed this game.
It
Jaden
wasn't
Reed.
bad. It was better than I expected.
Well, here's the thing. Did you play against Tucker Kraft?
Yeah, I
you
did.
And that is why you're
did.
upset. That is why you're upset.
That's why I'm
It
upset.
was a better game than I expected. I just assumed that they were gonna, shit all over the Rams.
Yeah, you would think so with how bad the
Yeah.
Rams team is. Looks like Jordan Love was probably the better quarterback out of the day, had a little bit less yards than Stafford did. He went 15 of 26, 224 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Matt Stafford on the opposite side, 29 of 45, 260, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Both running backs had a pretty decent day, in my opinion.
Yeah.
19 rushes for Josh Jacobs for 73.
Williams did have the fumble though.
Williams had a fumble, 22 carries, 102 yards, a touchdown. Yeah.
Tyler
Kraft.
Kraft killed it.
Kraft.
He's
I-
probably available in
Man.
a lot of leagues, and I
He's-
would try to maybe pick him up if you need
Yeah.
a tight end option.
And if you were somebody
Get the waiver
who,
in now.
yeah, if you're somebody, because this is probably what happened to the two Ians, if you picked up Tucker Kraft as your bye week filler tight end, you might want to just
Yeah.
keep
Yeah,
it.
Yeah, you
Keep-
might as well
keep
just
him.
keep him now, man.
Keep
Because
him, or-
I think Musgrove is done.
Yeah, I think that Tucker Kraft, after his performance, 88 yards on 4 receptions. I watched those receptions,
Yeah.
and he was running like a beast.
Yeah,
Actually,
he looked nice.
I read on Yahoo Fantasy that Musgrove didn't even play a single snap.
Oh, wow. Oh,
So
Job lost.
yeah, it sounds like it. Jaden Reed had a catch with 3 defenders around him on a deep bomb that I was astounded by. That was awesome. Josh Jacobs also had a catch. Wasn't really a big deal. Dontavious
Wicks.
Wicks.
didn't really do anything.
Just gonna go with Wicks.
I think he dropped a good bit of passes from my very vague knowledge of that. He was targeted a lot, but didn't make anything of it. Blake Corum played a little.
He did. He got
Yeah.
5 carries
Yeah.
this game.
Yeah, it's
So,
not bad.
but
I
I
mean, it's more than he's seen the entire season.
Yeah. I mean, until Kyrie Williams,
Gets hurt.
He's
gets
not
hurt
beating
or
beating
for
him.
whatever reason falls off a cliff production wise. I mean,
Yeah, there's no reason
he can be left in waiver wires.
Yeah, you don't need to add him. Jordan Whittington had 7 catches for 89 yards. Had a pretty acrobatic catch, if I remember correctly. I don't love any of these guys.
No.
The following names: Whittington, Atwell, Parkinson,
No,
Robinson.
stay away from the Rams.
You, don't
want
need
any
any of
of
those
these players.
people. I have
They're on a
no-
bye week right now anyway this week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And Cooper Cup's he's going to come back
yeah.
after the bye week. So
Yeah,
there goes a lot of that production.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever
So-
limited production,
Right.
they
Right.
had.
Seth, thanks for the GGs, brother. Kyle, there's another trade. I give Mason, Deontay, and Madison for CD and Addison. Do I win? If you're looking to strictly only upgrade your wide receivers, you're getting CD and Addison for Deontay, Madison, and Mason, who's only a temporary really good player. I think that's okay.
I think you won
I
that
think
trade.
that's solid.
Let me see here. Brady asks Puka. Oh, I'm sorry, I just like poofed in the mic. Puka and Keenan Allen for Ramondre and Dwaddle. Brady, it kind of sounds like you.
No, you don't want that.
Brady, let me ask you: are you really in need of running backs? Let me ask you that. If you are really in need of running backs,
if you really need a running back,
might be something that
maybe
Dowdle and Ramondre.
Yeah, Keenan
You
Allen
could
hasn't
maybe
been any
get
good.
I guess.
Puka's hurt. He needs to win games. Let me take a look at a couple of the new
could
questions.
probably
that
yeah,
are
he needs
coming.
running back back.
Yeah, Brady, if you need running backs back, you could pull the trigger on
yeah,
that.
yeah. Pull the trigger on that.
Ayo Beta,
Sucks to
thank
be
you for
in
the
that
follow.
situation, though, man.
Here's the next one. It's from Aiden. Aiden asks Cole Kmet or Trey McBride this week.
Ooh,
Aiden,
good
you're
question.
I'm going Cole Kmet.
yeah.
I would go Cole Kmet as well.
Aiden, I'm going to tell it to you like this. I think that either option, you're going to get generally around the same result. I think that both of those are pretty decent names at tight end this year. I don't think you'll be too upset regardless of which one you play. If they're saying Kmet, run Kmet, man. Christopher asks, trade Moss / Olave for Worthy and Mixon? Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
I would do
like
that,
too.
Christopher.
I would do
Yeah,
that.
I would do
Yeah.
that too because
I-
Mixon
I
will be
would do
back
that.
sooner than not.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think you're getting players who have a higher potential to score more points on Worthy and Mixon.
Yeah,
So
especially with Carr
I would
being
go with
out,
that.
I would take that.
yeah, Jin asks CD for Kittle, Kyron, and trying to fleece a tier 2 wide receiver to replace CD. Should I do it? Now, Jin, that is okay. I mean, I'm just kind of like
It's not bad.
it is pretty good. When we're talking tier 2 wide receiver, do you mean like a Christian Kirk? Like what's
A
tier
Devonta Smith is like some of that
Yeah,
quality
he's
is
a-
who you
like a
should
Terry
shoot for.
McLaurin?
A Terry would be a good one.
Yeah, something like that would be good. He wants to know, should I do it? Would you say yes if he gets that tier 2 wide receiver in there too to replace CD? I say yes.
I think yeah.
I say yes.
think, yeah.
You're building a whole new roster out of one player. I think that's a good idea.
Yep.
Ben? Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Next one here comes from Harding. Harding asks Terry McLaurin or Brian Thomas Jr. Harding.
I think you want to keep running with Terry
Brian.
McLaurin because
No.
I think he has a higher floor. I think he's been doing good too.
I disagree 150%.
Oh, jeez.
I think that Brian Thomas Jr. is the play. Brian Thomas Jr. hasn't had a week that was bad yet.
Yeah, no,
Yes, he has.
No, he has not.
Oh, I'm not a big
I
Brian.
would go. I would take the rookie over Scary
You're
Terry.
fair to take it.
Guys, you don't get to see it often, but I love to argue with Flu. So we're going to look
He
that
had a
up.
couple stinkers of a game.
Let's see here. Brian Thomas Jr. Oh, he happens to be on my team. Let's see. Fantasy points 14, 11, 9, 21, 23.
He's been picking up steam, but
Yeah.
11,
You've been picking up
9.
steam.
Those aren't great. I have been picking up steam.
Christ.
That's why his head's so big. Aiden asked Darius Slayton or Devontae. Oh my gosh, neither one. Aiden, are you in a 16-man league? Let us know because we can talk about other people other than these two wide receivers. Neither one of those are a good option. I don't think. You guys think either of those are a good option?
No.
Yeah, not when because Malik Neighbors comes back. That goes.
Yeah, Darius Slayton's gone
Darius
on that,
Slayton's-
and then at the same time, I just don't like Dontavian Wicks. For
Yeah,
some
no,
reason.
me
I just
either.
don't think he's
Yeah.
got it. Micah, I'm trading Brock Bowers and MHJ for Bijan. Thoughts? I don't like that.
I don't like
No,
that.
no,
I don't
been
like that
disappointing
at
this
all.
year.
Keep Brock Bowers.
I do not like Micah. I do not like
and
that
keep
trade.
and
at
keep
all.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah.
You do think you are saying Marvin Harrison Jr. right? Because you have MPJ, and
You said
I wouldn't know who
MHJ.
MPJ was. I'm guessing you meant H.
Michael Penix Jr.
Oh no!
No way.
Michael
There's no
Pittman
way.
Jr. No
Oh, Michael
way.
Pittman. Yeah, get rid of Michael Pittman.
Yeah, but Brock Bowers. Do you have another tight end, Micah? Let
Don't
us
get
know.
rid of Brock Bowers.
Des,
Do get rid of Michael
thank you for
Pittman.
the follow. We appreciate it. Let us know if you have any questions, guys. Let's go into the next game while they get some questions in the chat for
All
us.
right.
Okay. Let's see what we got. Next game. Oh, it hurts our souls.
Yeah,
It hurts us deep inside.
this was such a buzzkill.
We were winning.
Yep, we
We
were
were winning until the very end. The last play, 4th and goal. Jalen Tolbert catches the ball for a touchdown. Lots of talks on media about And they said this during the game, and like they had no right to say this either because like here in Pittsburgh, we're not hearing that. That wasn't something that came to us as news when they said that, Russ says he's healthy and he should be back next week. Did you hear them say that during the game? Because I immediately heard that and said, I
didn't even
think
catch
so.
him. I didn't even catch him.
I
say
don't
that.
think so.
I mean, I fell asleep during the game
Oh.
because it started so late.
Yeah.
So
There was a lightning delay to the game. We did get a bad
Yeah.
storm that
they didn't
did
kick
come
off till
through.
9:45.
Yeah, I definitely was tired Monday morning. I will tell you guys that one. In regards to stats for this game, the Steelers' stats are pathetic. George Pickens,
Yeah.
if there was ever a way that you could hear this, George Pickens, you are in Pittsburgh, one of the greatest football cities in the entire world, and you're acting like this. Stop. If you don't.
Yeah, and I love you,
Look what
George
we
Pickens.
have
I
done.
think you're awesome.
Look what we have done to every other wide receiver who acts like a brat. Look
Yeah,
where
we
they're
kick
at.
you out of town.
You
I
go
just got
nowhere.
your jersey like a year or two ago. I don't want to what am I supposed to do with this if you're not on the team anymore?
Who
Do it for me.
do you think wins in Canadian Football League? George Pickens or Chase Claypool?
George
George
Pickens.
Pickens.
George
Oh, okay.
Pickens would probably be like the Canadian Football League best player of all time, the GOAT.
Canadian Football League young boy.
Yeah.
Najee Harris was the main focal point, it seemed, of the offense on Sunday night. He did not do very well. 14 carries. He had 42 yards. Offensive line banged up. Gonna blame a little bit of that on that.
yeah.
I'm gonna blame more on Najee Harris. I think his vision is fucking shot.
I'm with you, Ben.
Yeah,
I think
his
vision-
vision
I think
wasn't
his
very
vision is
good
terrible
either. He wasn't
As a
very
running back.
good.
Good God.
Dak had 42 passes, completed 29 of them. He had 352 yards against the Steelers defense, 2 touchdowns, 2
Two wins.
interceptions. Excuse me. The interceptions were pretty costly. They would have been up by a lot more if not for the interceptions. Rico Dwaddle, 20 carries, so we know who the number 1 running back is now in Dallas. We had you guys ask a couple questions about Rico, so that gives you an example of who you shouldn't get rid of him. He's kind of on the same tier as like Kareem Hunt right now. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah,
he's
you
on. He's
have.
on the
Agreed.
come up.
He's on the up.
Yeah, but anyways, he had 87 yards on 20 carries, 20 carries. So that wasn't bad. Jalen Tolbert, 7 catches, 87 yards for a touchdown. Pretty good. Jake Ferguson, pretty decent. CeeDee Lamb, not so good. He was shut down pretty well for CeeDee Lamb. He did have 62 yards, but you're expecting a lot more out of him.
You expect more out of
Right.
CeeDee Lamb.
CD Lamb
Right.
numbers.
Other than that, Pittsburgh Steelers side of things, Justin Fields, we think should still be the starter, right? Does everyone here think
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
I think so.
I don't think it's time for.
No, it's not. It's
Russ.
not time for Russ yet.
I'm not even
But
sure I
if he
really want Russ.
I don't know. When do you think they'll play him?
I think that if Justin Fields ends up 3-4, we go to a losing record. We're gonna put.
I think
Russ.
maybe.
I think if
I
we
think
go
maybe
3
if
and 3,
we're
I think if he has another bad week,
You think next
we're
week?
not like he didn't have like a bad week, but like it's just the
No.
offense isn't clicking.
Yeah, here's
So, like-
Yeah.
here's his stats for the game. He went 15 for 27. He had 131 yards and 2 touchdowns. Didn't turn the ball over. He also had 6 rushes for 27 yards. Kind of
Well, he
expect a little
also-
more
Yeah.
there.
In the first quarter, he did have another fumbled snap.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, they got to fix that. They
Yeah,
gotta
you
fix
can't.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't
He
be
can't
doing
be
that.
fumbling the snap.
And like we said last week,
So
all the
I mean, we
coaches
have a
have to do
rookie
is
center.
make them practice that more.
the
But they
rookies,
do-
that,
but
it's
they
not
do-
the rookie.
they do need to
the
figure
rookie
it
center
out.
isn't the one standing back there catching the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
You
maybe
know,
he's snapping him
it's,
weird.
It's Justin Fields dropping the ball.
I'm with you. They just need to get in sync.
So, granted, the one against the Colts hit him in the face. He wasn't looking. That's a communication
Yeah.
thing. But like when you're getting the snap and you just drop it like that, like
Yeah,
you-
those
that's
butter
on
hands,
Justin Fields,
yeah.
man. So
I
that's
kinda
not on the
agree.
center. Frazier is a good center.
He's a good center. I'm just saying,
So-
you know,
I think it's a rhythm
shaking
thing.
off the rookie.
I think it's a rhythm thing, and I think it'll come in time. I do think that there is a little bit of that blame
I
in
think it
everyone's
should,
hand.
The offense should be looking
Yeah,
way better
everybody's
than it is. They look pathetic.
Lou, let me read these 2 player stats off to you, and
right.
you tell me if this is the most surprising stat of the week. Van Jefferson, 3 catches, 26 yards, 8.7 a catch. On the opposite side, George Pickens, 3 catches, 26 yards, 8.7. Is there a problem there?
Yeah, there's obviously a problem there. I mean, George Pickens was like quitting on the team and like whining and shit. I mean, Van Jefferson, I'll be honest, he also sucks. But
He was terrible.
He knows he sucks.
I don't.
He puts in effort. He puts in effort. I don't really hate
don't
Van
think-
Jefferson at all.
I don't think Van Jefferson wakes up in the morning, looks in the mirror, and is like, "I'm a Pittsburgh Steeler, and I know I suck."
He knows that. He knows that he's not the man.
Yeah, he is not.
He
the
has
man.
to, or he's delusional.
Pittsburgh Steelers clearly need another wide receiver. We're gonna hope that it's Devontae Adams, guys. Let's hop into a couple more questions here. Where did we leave off? We were on Michael Pittman. Let's see here. Micah said he had Kelsey.
he
Micah,
has Kelsey.
yeah. Then why don't you do Kelsey instead of Brock Bowers, Micah? I think that would be better. Dez asked, should I give up Cup for Lad and Lad for Nico? Absolutely not. Dez.
No.
Please
No,
do not do
Cup's
that.
coming back.
No,
Please do
no,
not
no.
do that. You have two better players on your team. Don't go for Nico,
Yeah.
especially because he's hurt. Oh yeah, Micah. Excuse me, I apologize.
No, you still keep Cup.
Yeah, you
keep
still for his trade, he was the one who wanted to get rid of Bowers. I think you just switch it out and do Kelsey
Oh,
instead.
yeah.
Do Kelsey instead. Brady, our thoughts on Keenan Allen? I will give that question to my friend Lewis.
He didn't do great, right?
No.
You get rid
He
of
hasn't
him,
done
man.
great.
Yeah, he hasn't been
No,
doing
don't-
great, and he never does great.
Put him on
'cause
your
he's
bench.
garbage. Yeah.
Put him on your bench, Brady. Don't play him. That would be what I would say.
Big L, Keenan
he's-
Allen.
He's too high. Big
He's
of a name
always
to
an L.
dump. I don't know why it does that to me every time. There we go. It was Steelers defense did play pretty well. They did force the turnovers. I really wish that when Elandon Roberts knocked that ball out, that we would have recovered it. That would have
Yeah,
saved the game. It
that'd
would
have been huge.
Over.
I heard the
unfortunately-
interceptions were more Prescott throwing the ball directly to
Oh, well,
defenders,
the defender
other
was
than
there to
defender
catch
making
it.
an actual play.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, you catch the ball, it's an interception.
Yeah.
It's an interception. But
Des, your question came through again, and I just want to make sure that you heard us, man. Do not trade Cup and Lad for Nico, please. Please do not
Yeah,
do
don't
that.
do that.
Krishna, start 3, Zay Flowers, Darnell Mooney, Brian Thomas Jr., Devontae Smith, Rashid Shaheed. Ben, why don't you take this one?
all right, I'm gonna go Thomas Jr., Shaheed, and Smith.
I'm
Okay.
thinking Smith, Shaheed, and probably Brian Thomas Jr.
I'm going to go Brian Thomas Jr., Darnell Mooney, and if Devonta Smith plays, I think you go with him. Rashid doesn't have a quarterback right now. Remember that, guys.
Good point.
That's true.
Remember.
I'd
I did
still
not
play him,
remember
though.
that. I would too, I think. But
Blake asks, your starting 3, Neighbors, CD, DK, Godwin, and Jaden Reed.
Neighbors, CD, and Jalen Reed.
Yep.
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 That's
Yep.
what I would
Huge.
go
That's
with
what I
too,
would
Blake.
do.
If Neighbors, as long as Neighbors is playing, I would play those 3. Let's see here. Oh boy, Seth, Penn's open tonight. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go Pens.
Yep, they got a weird roster starting tonight. No Brian Rust, but I hope they do well. Let's see here. Dunn asked, who we starting at wide receiver, 2 and flex. Rashid, Cooper, Mooney. Oh, wide receiver 2, I would go probably Mooney or Cooper, and Rashid would be the flex option. So I would pick between Mooney or Cooper. I think Mooney and Cooper are the best 2,
Yeah.
Dunny. I think Mooney and Cooper are the best 2. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. Micah, appreciate it. No problem, dog. Appreciate you for watching.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
Thanks, bro.
Let's see. Let's go into the next game here, and we'll let some more
only
questions
got
come.
one
Yeah,
more.
we got one more game.
One more game, and it is last night's game, the Saints and the Chiefs. Not really. I'm not going to lie to you. I noticed this last night when I was watching the game. You ever watch a football game and then start scrolling on your phone and not
Yeah,
realize that
that's
you weren't
exactly what happened to me.
watching? That's what kind of game this was for me. I didn't think it was very good. Not very entertaining. There were some moments that were entertaining. Being in a chat room and listening to Yaconis scream, "Come on, one more point, was great for me.
Yeah, I lost by 2 points in
yeah.
a league.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, there was a
So-
point in time that they actually took a point away from him and gave it to somebody else. And I was
Yeah,
like,
dude.
oh my God,
I
this
was
is
so
rich.
mad. I was so mad. Like,
Derek Carr got hurt.
So-
End of the game. They put that Hayner, I think is his name. Handler? Let's look. Yeah, Hayner. I think that's how you pronounce
Hayner.
that. Jake
Never heard
Hayner.
of him.
yeah,
He came
never
in.
heard of him.
He threw 7 times, 2 catches, 17 yards. Didn't look very good. Didn't look terrible though.
Yeah.
He's never
That
played in an NFL game
Kamara
before.
stat line is awful.
Yeah, Kamara started off okay, which was really funny. His first 2 rushes, he was 2 for 11. So I was like, man, sounds like he might.
Yeah,
You
have
know,
a hell
be
of a
busting
game.
him out.
Belt cow bad.
Yeah, that's not how it ended
It didn't end that way.
No.
He did some work in the passing game.
He had 6 catches for 40 yards. But
So-
that is expected of Kamara. If you drafted Kamara, you know that Kamara is a guy who catches like 3 screenplays a game, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's just the
That's
just
that's
the
And
his
he's
whole
like,
thing.
well,
That's
he's
like
been
his
the
whole thing.
ultimate
Yeah.
dump off guy since
is.
he's been in the league.
That's what he's good at. On other notes of stats, Derek Carr, I did want to mention 18 completions for 165, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Chiefs defense looked awesome. Rashid Shaheed didn't care. He had 4 catches, 86 yards, and a touchdown. He was targeted a lot. It seemed like 90%
was a nice
of the
touchdown,
passes were
too.
him.
I saw that
Yeah.
because that was early in the game. I wasn't like scrolling on my phone.
There was
quite
another
yet.
one. They like just didn't link up. It would have been
It
another
would've been
deep
another
touchdown.
touchdown.
Yeah, he get overthrown.
He's a burner.
He got overthrown. Or no, he got underthrown, remember? And if he was able to come back to it.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Other than that, though, guys, in that game, Foster Moreau, who is I believe, is cancer survivor, and pretty awesome that
Oh,
he
yeah,
caught a
hell yeah.
touchdown
He
last
had
night. So
what?
2 catches for.
I
I think
can't
I
remember.
think he had leukemia, but don't.
No,
quote
I think
me
it
on
was
that.
like Foster's lymphoma. Is that right?
Maybe was it named
I'm
after him?
not sure.
Because his name's Foster.
It's something. It wasn't leukemia. It wasn't leukemia. It was like Hopkins lymphoma.
Oh,
He had
okay.
Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Well, we're glad that he's
So
better.
he
Yeah.
recovered from that.
Chris Olave did nothing. His brother, we actually retweeted his brother last night. His brother said 2 targets for 10 yards. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on with Chris Olave? I just didn't get open last night. It wasn't his game. Things happen like that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do anything with Chris Olave. Keep him started. He's a wide receiver, too, for you. Kareem Hunt, great game. 27 carries,
Yeah.
man.
Bell cow.
27.
Bell cow.
That's a
Yeah,
lot.
Great.
For a guy who hasn't, been on a team, really, for the first couple weeks of the season.
He
It
did
wasn't
better
in
than Trey
preseason.
Sermon.
How about this one, though? God's gift to earth, according to Chris Collinsworth, Patrick Mahomes. No
Yeah.
touchdowns, 28 completions. I can't think of the word. 28 completions, 331 yards, and an interception. He also ran for 22 yards. He does not look great. Carson Steele did nothing last night. Xavier Worthy had a run. He was decent in the pass game as well. But he's okay in the pass game. But the guy I wanted to talk about was the ghost of Christmas past himself,
Yeah, I
Juju
know.
Smith-Schuster.
Juju.
He had the game.
The most likely NFL player to ever watch our podcast live, because it is live on
Oh,
TikTok.
you're right. I didn't even think about that.
Juju, if you're out there,
If
bro,
you're out there,
Yeah.
good game, man.
pop in, man. We expect it after having to watch you in Pittsburgh for a lot of years.
Hey, he was good.
He
here.
was he
was
was
good
good
here.
for a while.
He was all right. He was good for his first couple of years, not towards the end. Juju is only 28 years old, which you mentioned to me.
Yeah,
last
he's still
night.
in the prime, in his prime years.
I did also want
So-
to mention on top of that, they did that. You know how they put the miles per hour on the guys to
Yeah.
see how fast they were going? You know what his top speed was?
What?
16.6 miles per
I
hour.
was like,
That's really slow.
yeah, I was
for-
saying that's like me running. Sheesh.
But, I mean, at the
Hey,
same time,
you know.
he had a productive game, 7 catches, 130 yards. Travis Kelce had a decent game. We said that he was going to have an uptick, 9 catches, 70 yards. PPR, that's good. That's 16 points out of a tight end. You can't be mad about that. McCole Hardman was a part of the offense, wasn't a big part.
They
Just generally
tossed it
speaking,
around.
this game was kind of
Sleepy.
not that great in our opinion. Well, that covered all of the recap. I did, guys, want to go over Thursday night football's game with you. And to start Thursday night's football game, I'm going to pass the mic over here to Lucky Lou, who
Oh,
has his
yeah.
parlay of the week for your Thursday night football game.
I like both running backs to get a touchdown. I think it's going to be, they're playing the Seahawks, 49ers Seahawks, right?
Yeah, what are
Yeah.
the running backs' names?
Kenneth
brother?
Walker,
Uh-huh.
Jordan Mason.
Kenneth Walker, Jordan Mason,
Like
anytime
them both to get a
touchdown.
touchdown.
I think you also told me you liked
I like the
49ers
spread.
minus 3.5.
I like the spread for the Niners -3.5. They
Okay.
lost. They just lost in like kind of shitty fashion. They're gonna feel bad about that. They're gonna come out, beat up on the Seahawks, division rival. They're gonna, I think they're gonna put the stomp on them.
Yaconis, what do you think about that? Do you think that
I think
San
it's going to be
Francisco-
like basically like Pittsburgh Ravens, you know, like a battle in the trenches.
I think it's going to be a close game. I think the Seahawks pull this one out, though. I think the Niners aren't as good as people think they are. I don't think Purdy's as good as people think he is. Yeah, I think the Seahawks win this one. So I would take Seahawks plus 3.5.
Plus 3.5. Not bad. We will see.
Yeah, I think in this situation, I would probably go with Ben. I think the plus 3.5. Actually, yeah, plus 3.5. I would like to tease it down to minus 2.5, but I'll take the 3.5.
I was going to say, is the 2.5? Is that 1 point?
Yeah, it is. I think
the
it
field
is.
goal?
I think it is. I do think that Seahawks somehow pull this out. I think DK has a big game. I think DK has a real good game, and it's supposed to be over under 47. I would give it the under in that. I think it'll be maybe like a 24-17, something like that.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. Other than that, looks like the Seahawks, if you take a money line, are plus 151. That's pretty freaking good.
It's pretty
dude.
good.
That's pretty
If
good.
you feel good about the Seahawks,
Yeah.
that's
I
a
would
good
rather.
that's a
I
good
would
value.
rather take the money line than the spread.
Plus 151 on the Seahawks sounds pretty dang good
Yeah.
to start a parlay for me, guys. I would highlight that on your list. With that, did you want to cover anything else coming up for this next game on Thursday? Anything
Yeah,
else?
I mean, not the game, but just for just general like waiver wire pickups for the week. Drake May is now the starting quarterback for the New England Patriots.
Okay.
I
He's
would-
your sleeper.
I wouldn't necessarily say a sleeper, but he's definitely on the watch list.
Okay.
Keep an eye on him. See how he does. Keep an eye on him. Another guy you should look to pick up, Tank Bigsby
He did have a
for the
good week.
Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm big on him. I forget what percentage he is owned in
I can let
fantasy
you
league.
know.
Yeah, you can pull
Yeah,
that
it'll
up.
take me a quick second.
But he's definitely worth a pick up this week and even a play, because I think he's going to take over more of the rushing
Yeah, I think he takes over
more
more
of
of
the
the
rushing
rushing duties.
than
I-
ETN.
Then
I agree with
ETN,
you.
Yeah, for sure.
I think he goes up to a first and second down back. I think he's someone you can plug in your flex play. Like Ben was saying, he's not highly owned. 24% in Yahoo leagues. So, I mean, sounds like
If you have the chance to get him, yeah, he'd be
at least
worth it.
75% of you have a chance to go get him. If you have a number one waiver claim, do you think you would waste it on him?
Yeah, I'd go get him.
Yeah.
If you need
the running
if you need a
back,
running back,
yeah.
I'd go pick up Tank Bigsby.
For sure.
He's probably one of the best available out there.
Well, let me ask you this too, Ben. If you have ETN, are you still picking up Tank Bigsby?
Yes.
I actually think I would have already had
Yes.
Tank Bigsby
Yeah,
if I had ETN.
Good point, Lou.
Yeah.
Good point. Yeah, if you have ETN, probably best for you to go after Tank Bigsby.
He was one of those guys. Yeah, you want the combo.
He's probably the number one waiver claim in this week.
Yeah.
Did you have anybody else for
I
sleeps?
got one more, and that would be Tolbert from the Cowboys.
Okay.
Cook is on IR, so that makes Tolbert wide receiver 2 there.
Oh.
So
That's a
he's
good
gonna.
pick.
I mean,
I
we
wasn't thinking
you saw
it.
it Sunday night.
Yeah.
You know, he
Against
had
the
what
Steelers, I
7
guess you're right.
catches,
87 yards.
87 yards and a touchdown. So I mean,
That's acceptable.
Yeah, let's.
I'd
like
snag
to,
him if you want to,
and that Kraft
a
guy.
flex option
Let's
take
see
him
or
up.
not.
what his
Kraft from
ownership
Green
level
Bay.
is.
It's not very. It's very.
Oh,
low.
I'm imagining it's 1%.
It's
It's 8%. Yeah, guys.
Oh, you could snag him.
Pretty
for
much
sure.
anybody can go for Jalen Tolbert. If you are looking to add for a bye week wide receiver for the remainder of your season, you could definitely add him in there. They've already bumped up his projected stats for the rest of the season. Just looking at what
Yeah,
he's
been
done.
doing pretty good. Actually.
Yeah, he's been doing pretty good. He got 80 plus yards in 2 games. He has a touchdown.
He's been
in 2
sleepy
games.
good all season.
Yeah,
Add Jalen
so-
Tolbert to your list, guys. That's definitely
He's
a good,
had above 10
good
points.
picks, Ben.
Yeah.
I like
almost
those
every.
picks. And last one, I wanted to ask you: do you think that Juju is worth the time?
I think he is. Yeah.
Yeah, do you
Because
think
Rashid
Juju's
Rice is
Worth the
out.
what?
the pickup? Juju.
Yeah, he's worth a pickup.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's worth the pickup.
All
They
right.
need it.
Okay.
All right.
Well, hey guys.
I think that Kraft guy also worth a
Oh,
pickup.
Tyler Kraft.
Tyler Kraft.
Yeah, that's
if you
a
need a
good-
tight end,
Go
snag
for him. Okay.
Yep.
Well,
He
let's
has a starting job.
let's just go straight into with our guests here. Let's go in with our live viewers and let's go to Q&A. You guys want to move over to that, or did we
Let's-
miss anything else that you wanted to cover?